Hello again. This is our second video, and this time we are looking at another topic called for loop. For loop is a way of repeating something a certain number of times when we know how many times we want to carry out the instruction. This is called iteration. Iteration means repetition. So our aim for this video is know how to use for loop to repeat a series of instructions several times and to draw different shapes using for loop. We know from our last video that we can draw a square by writing these instructions you got on your screen. By writing these instructions, how many lines are there? You got actually 8. By writing these 8 lines of code, move 30 the move, 130 the move, 90, doing it this many times. But it will be more efficient to tell the computer to repeat just 2 lines of code 4 times. It will be more efficient to do that. So how do we create loop? We use loop to do this. Because we definitely know the number of times we are repeating these instructions, that is the reason why we are using for loop. For loop is used when we do know the number of times we want to carry out instructions. And we begin writing the instruction by, let me need to bring up the screen. Yeah, I couldn't see the screen. We begin writing for loop by simply writing for, yeah, and then the computer need to figure out a way of doing the counting. It does so by allocating a place in its memory, which it's called variable. A variable is just a space in the computer memory, just like a box. We can call this box anything we like. Yeah, because we're going to use this box to store the number of sides of shape. Let's call our box sides. And you can call it anything you like. And we're saying that we want to ask the computer to put numbers 1, 2, 4 in it. So what we are saying is, start from number 1, put 1 in the box, carry out, let's copy this instruction, just these 2 lines of code. Carry out these 2 lines of code. Let's remove the whole of this long, this is what we use to draw the shape of the square. You can remove it. So start from 1, put 1 in the box. You carry out these instructions. Once you're done, you put 2 in it. You carry out that instruction again until it gets to 4. Then you stop. Okay. And we must always remember to tell the computer the end of the lines to be repeated. We do this by ending the for loop by writing for and for. Right? And for. Okay. So we start writing a for loop by writing for, and then we allocate a variable. You can call that variable anything you like, and we tell the computer what numbers to put in that variable. And you must remember to end the for loop. So let's say this time, if we be able to draw a square by repeating just 2 lines of code. Voila, this is done. So as you can see, instead of repeating these 2 lines 4 times, instead of writing this for these 2 lines 4 times, we'll be able to use for loop to carry out the same instruction. Use these 2 lines to draw our shape. So this is more efficient way of performing our previous task. So you're going to use for loop to complete the same task you completed in our last lesson. Use for loop to draw different sided shapes, rectangle, hexagon, pentagon, any sided shape you can think of. And in our next lesson, we will be looking at graphic window. So watch out for our next video. Have a good day.